Aries, and you have not a horse direction. So I love this card for you because this means, you know, you're not just waiting for something to come towards you. You actually know what it is that you're looking for. And I'm not saying that you have all the answers, and I'm not saying that you like know everything you want. But if you want to get married, if you want to have kids, my cat is talking in the background, so sorry if you can hear him. He is speaking loudly. So again, as I said, this is not just a way to get there, but this is knowing clearly where you want to go. This is, you know, knowing if you want to have kids, if you want to get married, whatever it is you want, this is knowing, again, a journey that you want to go. And maybe there's a fork in the road, and as the fork comes along, you know which way you want to go, even if it's just your, you know, intuition telling you, hey, this is where you're going. There's possibilities all over the place, and you're going to be choosing directions based on what's best for you and what feels good for you. Now, what's interesting here is your head and your heart. Now, I always read your sign over here, and the other energy over here can be completely flipped, and it can also be cross watchers welcome. But just please be nice to the sign I'm reading for, you know, in the comments. You get my point. So your head and your heart. In your head, you have the Four of Wands. So you're looking for that resting place, that first completion. You're looking for, you know, the no longer single type scenario. Now, some of you may be single and loving it, but eventually the Four of Wands is where you want to be, like happy home, happy resting place. You have the Nine of Cups in your heart, bliss, pleasure, fulfillment. This is what you're looking for. This is the direction you're headed. You're not sure if you want it with somebody from the past. Some of you may be adamant you don't. Others of you maybe are interested in seeing what the past has to say. And in general, you just want to move forward. There's forward momentum here to be had. You just want to find this happy place, and that's super important for you. It kind of, regardless of who it's with. And I can't remember, another sign kind of seemed, I want to say Capricorn, maybe, so don't, you know, I don't swear by that, but another sign had this kind of energy too, that you're ready for something, you're ready for a direction in your life, whether it's past or present. You're not swearing by either one. You're just knowing that's something that you want. Now, this other person in their past, you guys have me like bloop, 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 bloop. I don't know, somebody's like in my ear, and it's making me kind of, you know, all over, up and down. So in your head, in their heart, they have the Eight of Pentacles in their head, and they have the King of Wands in their heart. So the Eight of Pentacles is work, 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 work. This tells me, Aries, that this person is focused on work, or focused on working on themselves, focused on making money, focused on, you know, dollar bills, basically. Because the Eight of Pentacles in their head is saying, this is what I need to focus on. I can't be, there's a sense like a blockage with this person. They can't be, you know, how do I say it? Now they said the word and now I just lost it. Distracted. So they can't be distracted by love for some reason. So maybe you've dealt with this person before. And so you're kind of like, well, look, you do your thing and I'm over here and I'm going to find something magnificent, something wonderful, something happy, something that, you know, that moves me closer to what it is that I want. But they have the King of Wands in their heart. The King of Wands is a magnetic type energy. So they're drawn to you. They still have that pull, but they're trying not to let the emotions get in the way. The King of Wands is somebody who's very, good at communication. So that definitely says that communication could be coming in, but also, as I said, they're kind of, you know, well, this is what I need to do right now. They're like overly, hyperly focused. So hypersensitive focused, if you will, on work or other things. This is because they're very goal and oriented. They want to, like plan ahead, or they want to understand the future and where they're going. And that's what they're focused on, but they're focused on a different sense of future. They're focused on, you know, the money aspect, the value aspect, instead of the heart aspect. But there's something about this king and little heart bubble right here that just tells me, there's a few of them actually, if you look at it closely, that tells me that they're still very, very drawn to you. They're just, it's almost like an ostrich with their head in the sand, trying to ignore it, trying to, you know, steer clear of it, because that means that they might have to open their heart up again, or they may set themselves up for, you know, emotions that they're not ready. I feel like this person's almost emotionally unavailable, Aries. Now, you have the Devil card here and the Seven of Wands. So in your present situation, you're avoiding toxicity altogether. So you may be avoiding this person, they may be avoiding you, but the Devil card is Capricorn's card. So it's interesting. I said something in the beginning where I was like, I almost said this is your Capricorn something. But the Devil card represents Capricorn, so you could be dealing with Cap or have Cap placements in your chart, or they do. But the Devil card talks about, again, that toxicity, and that's what you're trying to avoid. I like the Devil facing this way because this is saying, look, you're kind of turning your back on, maybe this person was toxic for you. Maybe they weren't emotionally available. Maybe you guys were toxic for each other. There could be, you know, oftentimes this represents substances. It can represent, you know, different addictions. Now, it doesn't have to be that way. It can just be that the two of you didn't grind well together, and you're like on an all-time high with the Four of Wands and the Nine of Cups. You're kind of floating right now. So whether you've met somebody, whether you're just feeling a sense of freedom, whether you're looking forward to what's to come, you're avoiding this toxicity. You're like, no, Devil, look away, look away. Now, the Seven of Wands here is a defense. It's a strategy. It's priorities. So you're getting your priorities in check, but you're also on the defense. So this person may be contacting you. It looks like they're kind of debating on what they want to do. They care for you a lot, but you bring up emotions in them that they may not be able to handle right now. Or you bring up emotions in them that maybe you've never even gotten a chance to see this emotional side of them, because it's always been about like responsibility and taking care of business instead of, you know, building the intimacy or connecting that way. For some reason, they're telling me like a lack of sexual desire too, or a lack of physicality eventually. And you're ready. You want that physical touch. You want the emotional availability from somebody. So right now, if this person is communicating with you, you're very much on the defense. You have kind of a wall built up, and you've decided that no more. It's almost as if this person was a little, I don't want to say controlling, because it's not necessarily controlling, but they were very like planned and programmed and what they want and, you know, what you should be doing, and they couldn't just release themselves and let go. And so you hid a lot of the things, or you didn't allow yourself to express a lot of the feelings, a lot of the want, a lot of the notion that you had. And that's why you're looking at this going, even though I don't feel like this person is necessarily like a terrible person, maybe not even narcissistic energy, more just very focused and possibly focused on, you know, like a reality based, instead of allowing things to shift to a loving, endearing, even sexy or sexual type place. Almost like a tightwad. I know that sounds crazy, but like somebody who says, you know, okay, well, let's plan sex on Saturday and Tuesday. You know what I mean? And you're looking for more of a free-spirited energy here. Now you have the Two of Swords and the Three, or the Empress, sorry, over here. It is the Three, but it's the Empress over here, and they're present. The Two of Swords is decision. They miss you. They miss you more than they're going to possibly admit. It's like they'll never fully admit how much they miss you. They miss you to a fault. But the Two of Swords says they're debating, should I or shouldn't I? Now, the Empress card next to it, the Empress is very maternal, paternal, nurturing, loving. So maybe they wanted to have kids with you. Maybe you guys have kids together. Or maybe that was something in the talks. It could even be fur babies. Maybe you have, you know, pets together, or that was something you were planning on doing, adopting pets. Whatever it is, the Empress talks about, you know, being the sweet honey, so to speak, and you're their sweet honey. And you're looking at them more right now as, again, toxic is a little harsh on this one, Aries, because I feel like it's not a negative, it wasn't like they were this negative person, or it just unfulfilling. And then it became toxic within you because you started resenting them to a certain extent, resenting the fact that, yes, they were trying to maybe, you know, make sure finances were correct and make sure that, you know, you guys were eating healthier. Or I get this impression of somebody who looked at it kind of like a job prospect. Not that they didn't love you or care about you, but that's how they knew to take care of you. It was almost like a thing of, I just want to take care of you, or and you're looking for like a passion, a romance, something here that just feels good, that feels amazing, that you're not getting from this person. Even though ironically, they love you very, very deeply, especially with this Empress card, but they're having a hard time showing it, and they're debating on whether they're going to even show it. They're debating on whether they should move on or, you know, show you. And at this moment, it feels as though you may have already moved on, or you're kind of testing the waters, because you have the Ten of Wands here and the Three of Pentacles in your future. The Ten of Wands is releasing some sort of burden. So maybe you've been waiting for this person to come around for a long time. You were hoping that you would see the other side of them, and it never happened. Or if you did see the other side of it, it was like pulling teeth. Like you had to drag it out of them to have fun, or to have some sort of spontaneity, or some sort of spark or passion. The Ten of Wands is releasing some sort of burden and completion. So for some of you, this is letting this person go now, and understanding that it may be somebody else that you're going to connect with that allows you to find the abundance and the belonging. Because you have the Three of Pentacles here, and the Three of Pentacles is a third party situation. Now, sometimes it's a teamwork, but that's often when two people are together, right? When you're already in a relationship, or when you're working on coming together. The Three of Pentacles here symbolizes third party. Now, the third party could be, you know, with the Devil card here, it could be substances. It could be, you know, addictions like sex addiction, different things. It can also just be releasing negative energy from your life. But the Three of Pentacles talks about something else existing in your life. More than likely, this is going to be another person. This is going to be somebody that maybe you're talking to right now, that you're enjoying their company. Maybe it's a, you know, FWB type relationship, or just, you know, hanging out, getting loose, having fun. And not like that. That sounded terrible, because somebody just went, what? No. Don't get your head out of the gutter. But the Three of Pentacles talks about, you know, do I have to go somewhere else to get this type of satisfaction, or to find some fun? Like, great if I want a dad, or great if I want a mom, or great if I want, you know, somebody like hovering over my shoulder or micromanaging everything. But can't we just, you know, take a mini vacation and run off? And so it feels like there's something lacking here, Aries. You know it, they know it, but it's like they're set in their ways. Now, it could also be that you're dealing with somebody older, and you're still kind of in this vivacious stage. Not that you can't be older and be vivacious, but this is somebody who's like, you know, hey, Aries, like, I have, you know, 2 kids, a mortgage, a dog, and maybe, you know, you were, you know, you came in with no kids and going from place to place. So either way, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that there's something missing or something lacking. And I don't feel like this person knows how to do this, because then they have the Knight of Pentacles, and somebody else got this too. This exact Knight of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles. I almost feel like it was Leo. But the Knight of Pentacles is, again, working towards something, but cautious. It always makes me feel like eggshells, because it's like this person knows what they want, but they're walking on eggshells to get it, or they're walking on eggshells to move forward. So this person is coming towards you, Aries, but they're coming towards you not quite sure what to do, because they don't know how to fix it, and they're a fixer. I feel like it may be an earth sign you're dealing with, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. They're a fixer. They're somebody who really, really wants to have this with you, but they can't emotionally open up. Maybe they've never emotionally opened up to you, and you're just, there's a point where intimacy needs to reach a further level, or then it just becomes like, hey, we're roommates. Now, they have the Queen of Pentacles, which is a generous energy, also maternal, paternal. So again, I feel like there's a kid aspect here, or there could be a kid aspect, or they treat you almost like a child, and you're not a child, but they come across as like, I'm the wise one, because the Queen of Pentacles is a very, like, I'm, you know, they've learned their lesson. They've learned a lot. So again, you could be dealing with somebody older, but somebody who maybe has been through a divorce, or kids, and something, and I'm not saying that you haven't either. That could be either side. But the Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's like, you know, again, it makes you feel sometimes a little bit small. So I'm very interested to see, because it's almost like you're sowing wild oats, coming out of this going, oh my gosh, I just want to let my hair down, and I just want to, you know, run to a you know, club and dance my ass off, and wear a cute shirt, or you know, go to the gym and put on some more muscle, or whatever it is for you. So it feels as though you're kind of, and this may just be a break to kind of see, you know, what you're missing. But it's interesting, because this feels a little impulsive, and then this feels very grounded. But how do you mix the two? How do you come to the healing aspect? I really do feel, Aries, like you guys are actually very good for each other, but there needs to be some sort of compromise, or some sort of progress when it comes to, you know, a passion, or both of you feeling some sort of fulfillment. And I do get very much like a, you know, somebody who needs to loosen up over here, somebody who, you know, needs to understand that, you know, life is short, and you can plan as much as you can for the future, but you can't guarantee it, right?